it's the time of year where there's also probably more risk for drinking and driving and things like that. So the police are enforcing lots of other things, and so it's a tricky thing. Just I even honestly think that even if we banned it, we're only going to be able to enforce a total ban to some minimal, amount. It's not going to. It's just going to make people's complaints possibly louder. So part of it is it's what we have to do is it's a cultural change. So it's everything everyone's been talking about. Starting with Denise's comments earlier about educating people on the adverse effects and things like that, and making folks try to respect their community members. So yeah, I'd be happy to have this move forward. Mayor Wheeler, go ahead if you'd like to add a comment.
Yeah, thank you, Council President. And just so at least you can get another perspective. And I think we need to be always reviewing our practices. And if you look at 911, it's a centralized dispatch center. It's a communication center. And if right now, with fireworks being legal in almost the entire county except for Bainbridge Island, so they're being bought all over, going back to jurisdictions. If you can think of a system that could be overwhelmed with hundreds of 911 calls all at once on an infraction of a law, on top of the calls and dispatches for other behaviors we want addressed immediately. And you know which ones. I don't need to repeat them. And so trying to filter through numerous calls for fireworks, you can see where, and then of course you have to uncouple people to deal with fireworks. And if it's going to be through 911, then I just explained to you what happens when you get a high volume, including possibly collapsing the system, which is what we're working at 911 to never happen, because we need those systems to be able to handle an earthquake or other natural disaster. So there's a lot to consider with this. And I just want to make sure that at least what the public understands, that there's more to it than just willing ourselves to tackle this problem, especially from the administration point of view. There's actually systems in place. It's resources. Where do you want those resources to do on that evening? Where do you want them to focus? And then there's equity. We all know that individuals who live areas with they don't have access to a safe place in their neighborhood. They might be in apartments or heading to parks. You really want us to go and just get those folks and leave the rest of the city alone because they're harder to get to street by street. You need to have those conversations at the Public Safety Committee. And we'll be here. Yeah. Councilmember Younger's right. We've had this conversation before, and I have a path forward that I think is a good step, but we can discuss. I think this will have to be something that you kind of sort out through the committee process.
All right, Jennifer, real quick. It's my report.
Yeah, real quick, Mayor Wheeler, our public safety meeting is tomorrow. I'd love to hear your path forward tomorrow at our public safety meeting. Thank you. If the will of this council and the people that you represent is to reduce this to a volume that, or at least take a step to reducing it to a volume that is manageable for law enforcement, then you have to start with a ban. And then you have to start there, we shouldn't do it in isolation. This should be through collaboration with other jurisdictions, and including the biggest seller of fireworks in our community, which is the Suquamish.
All right. So tomorrow's public safety meeting for those who serve on that, and then they'll be giving us an update, and we'll figure a path forward. Mayor Wheeler? Yeah.
Do you still need me to come, Councilor Chamberlain? I believe that's about it right there.
We'll be getting a briefing from Chief McGanny, and
you know, all the important folks will be there, and you're important too. So it's at 4 p.m. So let us know if you need the Zoom code.
Okay, thank,
All the cool kids will be there.
yeah, thank you, Council Vice President.
All right. I want to wish a happy recent birthday to